Oh, my lips look like a shriveled up pair of old men's tennis balls. They are repulsive. Ooh.
Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over the limits.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new around these parts, hi, my name is Missa, I'm 28, I'm from Edinburgh. Subscribe, go follow me on Instagram, and just do both of those things right now, or sacrifices will have to be made. So today, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be testing Patricia Brights' new-ish, it's kind of new, collection with Makeup Revolution, which happens to be my favourite drugstore brand across the board. Their products are fantastic. They release too many things, like way too many eyeshadow palettes, and most of them are poo. Sorry Makeup Revolution if you're watching this. I find most of their palettes aren't that great. However, I find their collaboration palettes are excellent. The Soft as Nails 2 palettes I rave about, I've done a million tutorials with, and now I have a new one. Patricia Brights collection. I find saying that quite hard, especially late at night when my lisp is kicking in. Patricia Bright has come out with 2 eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to be playing with this one, which is Rich in Life, which is the neutral palette. You can probably tell by my eyes, which is weird for me because I don't ever do neutral looks. However, this palette, my lord, does it not speak to me? Look at it. Look at it. A lot of you probably will have seen this already. However, there it is, upside down, but there it is nonetheless. I'll put a picture up on screen right now of the colourful palette if you haven't seen it. I do have it. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you want to see me use it. And along with the 2 eyeshadow palettes, she released 4 face palettes. All of them have a blush, a contour / bronzer, and a highlight in it. I used 2 of them today because I'm greedy and I wanted to. So if you're new around here, you may not know how I do these videos when I test out palettes for the very first time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by swatching everything. Then I'm going to jump into a tutorial on this look here, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts at the end of the video. But feel free to put me on 1.5 speed because lord am I boring and do I waffle. So both of the eyeshadow palettes are a little bit on the pricey side. I'm going to talk about it more at the end of the video, but they are £20 each. You do get 28 eyeshadows and they're in nice tin packaging. And I think it looks a little bit more posh than usual. It's got a big mirror, really good mirror, and then obviously the eyeshadows. The colourful palette is black on the front, and then the face palettes are £8 each. I probably priced them at £6. I forgot to say that at the end of my video. Makeup Revolution is also vegan and cruelty free, and I'm pretty sure you can get it over most of the world. So I think we have fannied around for way too long, and without further ado, let us begin the swatching. And I'm excited for this because I've not swatched it yet, so. Yay. So first up we've got a matte. This is called Pure Soul. Another matte, Jet Setter. Booked and Busy. Biggest Fan. Might not see this on my skin. Natural Glam. No Days Off. Ooh, how will this swatch? Stargirl. Okay, not epic, but not bad for a drugstore black. And it goes on the eyes like bomb. 100% Cocoa. Brown Sugar. Our first shimmer. Icon. This one is called Perfection. So that is swatched so bad. I'm just gonna go over it one more time, just once, just because this is a wet formula. This feels like a Colourpop Super Shock shadow. Like it's completely wet to the touch. And I used 1 of these on my eyes today. There's 3 in the palette, I think. And it was incredible. So, it still doesn't look that great, but I've not used it on my eyes. Then No Games Played, Workaholic, and then last of the second row, Irreplaceable. So it's a drugstore palette. I always give them an easier time than I give high-end palettes, obviously. However, I do still like to see obviously pigment and wow and a nice color story. So I think it swatched okay. Not bad, certainly not bad, but not like, oh my goodness, wow, the swatches blew me away. Okay, so I've just deepened it a little bit. So that's the one that feels wet and like the Colourpop Super Shock shadows. Maybe if I hold it up, you can see that it's like wet and moves around. This one is the same, and so is this green down here. I'll just deepen it one more time. I'm not upset about it, especially because I've used so many of these colours and they were bomb. So I care about what happens on the eyes, although I do love a good swatch, obviously. Okay, let's move on to the last two rows. So we've got a few more shimmers, which is good because we've really not had that many in the palette thus far. Shining, shining. You can't help it. We've got Darlings. Next up we have You Are Gold, which is another one that feels like a Colourpop Super Shock shadow. However, that's swatched 1,000 times better than the one above it. Like, that is duochrome, that is pink gold, that's sick. This is Diamonds for Breakfast. I was wrong, we have another one that feels the same. Sweet Like Candy. High hopes for this one. Extra AF. Date Night. First on the last row, Angel. Never Say Never. Try Me. Superwoman. Oh wow. No Drama. Risk Taker. Stay Hydrated. Another blue. I mean, I've got to say, what? What? Wow, okay, I'll just show you them. Okay, so I've just darkened it there a bit. I'm impressed. Like, this is Makeup Revolution. Like, usually I hate Makeup Revolution palettes, like I said, unless it is their collaboration palettes, and this is a collaboration, so I don't know why I'm so shocked, but look at these shades. Look at that. I shall deepen it. How would you like them apples? I like them a lot. So now I'm going to just swatch the Too Faced palettes that I personally used today. So first one I'm going to swatch is Moonlight Glow. This is the very lightest one, and it's still not massively light in terms of the contour shade, but I'll show you that in a second when I swatch it. Again, got a wee mirror, good quality. I like it. Gosh, these are so soft when you put your finger in. So the first blush, they don't have a name. Very pretty peach. Then depending on your skin tone, this is the contour slash bronzer. I'll just make it a bit more pigmented. And then this is the highlight. That's a really nice color scheme. That is beautiful. Then I'm going to swatch the second lightest one. There is light, what I would call light medium, medium deep, and then deep. So this is what I would call light medium. Very different tone in the blush. This is very pink, very pretty. I like it a lot. I love a pink blush. Contour slash bronzer. Quite a bit deeper than the other one. And then the highlight. A lot more pink toned. So this is the very lightest compact, and then this is the second lightest. Probably way too bright. It's got such a lovely peach tone, but then that pink is very beautiful. That highlighter is gorgeous, so is that, and the contour shades you can probably see are a bit different. Way more cool, a lot more warm. I really hope you can't see my disgusting lips in these close-ups. Look at those, they're pretty. Yeah, that's it. Wow. I feel like I have been sitting here for hours, which I have, but I feel like I've been doing this intro for about an hour. So I need to piss off. And if you want to see how to get this eye look here, you should watch and then hear my thoughts on the collection. Minus one palette, because I'll do another video on that if you want. Okay, shutting up. See you on the other side. I've already got a little bit of concealer from when I was doing my brows and my 4,000 failed attempts at makeup today. So I'm actually using the L'Oreal Infallible More Than concealer. Mostly because I'm kind of scared that my Revlon one is about to run out. So don't want that to happen. So the first shade I'm grabbing is this brown called Irreplaceable. Just my usual trick, as if I was doing a cut crease, stamping on the shadow and a little bit under this outer corner. And I'm going to do that though all the way to my inner corner. Keeping my eye open and brow relaxed. Just kind of sketching out the initial shape. Like, I'm just kind of using this to sketch my shape, but can you see the pigment on that shadow? Like, I'm gonna fill in this outer corner as well. As soon as I put this on, I was like, holy macaroni. I can't believe how pigmented that is. And fill in the inner corner. Doesn't have to be very precise at this point. I know Makeup Revolution do a lot better when they're doing collab palettes, but I just feel like this is, oh, it's like a step up. And the reason I'm owing it is because I have a favorite Makeup Revolution palette, but I mean, this could put it out the top spot, who knows? So I'm just taking this brush. Was clean a minute ago before I did the other eye. A minute ago. Put this eye makeup on for hours already. Just softens really nicely as well. I did this other eye so long ago I can't actually remember what eyeshadows I used, so that's helpful. I'm pretty sure I used this one next. This is Brown Sugar. I'm just gonna swish this around. I want this look to be pretty blown out and smoky, like have quite a thick lower lash line and really diffused. So I'm going to go through quite a lot of varying shades of brown, but I think in the end it just looks so much better. Now I'm going in with the shade Biggest Fan, and you can probably see compared to the other two shades that I used, it's more kick-uppy just from even just looking at it, and it is quite a lot more kick-uppy than the other shades that I've used so far, but I don't care. I really don't. It's the most lovely colour. Like, I get that it does waste eyeshadow, I do know that, but as long as I get pigment on my eye, I'm not really gonna complain too much about kick up and fallout, which this palette has. Just gonna use that same brush and I'm gonna dip into Biggest Fan and Natural Glam and just keep popping that around. Okay, now the real work begins. I'm grabbing Stargirl up in the top corner, black. And if you know me, you watch my channel, all of that jazz, you know I love a black in every single palette because you can add all the depth that you actually want. So I'm going to pack that outer corner and inner corner. let's note the pigment. So I'm just going to keep my eye open. And just kind of drag it around. And grabbing brown sugar again, I'm just going to start to blend the edges. Because I didn't want to look too done, like too over dramatic with my makeup. I'm just going in with tiny little bits because I don't want to take this depth too high. Just enough. I'm just honestly so shocked at how pigmented and blendable this palette is. So now I'm actually going to pick up Brown Sugar and Biggest Fan. This is still on a Morphe M514. I can't do this backwards. And start to blend out up and around and down. I like mixing the two because going straight in with brown sugar is just, it's not really gonna blend it obviously, but going straight in with the lighter shade is gonna be too light. But mixing them on the brush just gives you an in-between shade that's just perfect. I'm gonna leave it like that and put my cut crease on. Just using my Always brush, which is from a Morphe set, so it doesn't have a name, but I'll link the set down below because this brush is teeny tiny. I thought that was a freckle. Teeny tiny and super fine, so it's great. And the L'Oreal concealer. I'm just gonna like take it off the wand. I'm just keeping, I need a closer mirror, hold on. Okay, this has got such a good one. So I'm keeping my eye open. And I'm just going to use the tip of the brush just to kind of sketch a line. See, a lot of it goes on the lid, that doesn't matter. This is just, by the way, how I do it. It's no right way or wrong way. You can do it whatever way tickles your pickle the best. And then I just fill it in. This isn't super precise because I'll go off camera and make sure it matches, but that's literally how I do it. And I probably spend a good 15, 20, up to 30 minutes sometimes, I don't discriminate. However long it takes me to get it all neat. On my spotlight, just so that it's nice and rounded, because this is looking very flat right now and it probably needs to go more into the inner corner to match the other one. But yeah, I just go super slow, calm, don't think worried thoughts or it will sense it, and I'll just, yeah, match it up to the other side and then I'll come back. But I literally can't really do it and film it because I have to get really close to my mirror and rest my elbow on my desk as well. So I will be back in 1 second. I genuinely really like this concealer for an eye base. Like, I've had this on for probably 10 minutes because I'm just watching a Mile Higher podcast. I'm catching up on spooky things and it's really good. I had to use this shade, firstly because of the texture, intrigued me, and secondly the colour, because it just goes with everything that I've picked so well. Diamonds for Life. Same brush that I used to cut my crease, I've just kind of wiped it off. And I'm going to fill in the centre. And you see how reflective that is? The only other palette I can think of having a texture like this in it that I've tried is the Carmi one. The one with the blue sparkly packaging. I don't know if he's in 1 or 2 palettes, but it's the one with the like blue sparkly packaging. I've actually decluttered that, but I was very impressed by 2 of the shades in it, like hugely impressed. But I didn't want to keep the palette just for those 2 shades. I'm just gonna pull my lid down so you can see like how reflective it is. And then obviously just in with the finger on top. I think all metallic or shimmery shades just benefit from that. Oh! I'm gonna use that same brush. I'm gonna wet this though. Shining, shining. Had to be done. This is a very traditional Makeup Revolution shimmery metallic. Someone told me they are very different things. I say shimmers and metallics are the same. And then you get like foils, but I'm probably wrong. I often am. And I'm just wetting it with this spray because we know it's not my favorite. And this is gonna go either side. So with it being wet, get a lot more pigment out of it. But this I would say is just a very kind of standard shimmer. It's nothing to write home about at all, but it's fine, it works, it goes on the eye, it does kind of what it's supposed to do, you know. I love the smell of that spray when I first spray it, and then I absolutely hate it. So it's fine, it's there. You can see it, there is a difference between the center shade and that, but the Diamonds for Breakfast shade, wow. This is just more of that, just making sure it's kind of dominant color because it is so beautiful. So now because it told me to, I'm going in with the shade Try Me. Had to work very hard not to use the pink. And just start the blend into the mattes. It's a really like vibrant orange. I've actually put a bit too much on this side. Just sticking with the same brush, and I'm going to use brown sugar. And that's going to go beside the orange. I think I'll add a tiny bit more black as well, Stargirl. Just to be very outer and inner corner. That matches fine for me right now. I'm gonna do, because you can probably see on this side, I've done that like liner. I just think when I like, don't know, kind of look straight on, it gives me more of a cat eye kind of look. And that's, I've done it before I did my base, which is probably stupid, but I also didn't want to do my base first and then completely mess it up. I'm using, so it's quite an expensive eyeliner to be honest. There are much cheaper ones, but they just sent me a fresh one the other day, the Art Deco High Intensity Precision Liner. It's black and I just love it. I really like the tip, you know. And I'm wanting to do like a straight outline, but my eye kind of creases, goes down, just like tiny little creases in just my shape, so it's a little bit unnatural for me to do a line that goes straight out. It's a bit weird for my eye shape, but just kind of sketch it out, try and make them match. Drag it over, and then I'm using my, of course, Milani Stay Put. This is actually in slate grey. Let me grab a black. I'm just being lazy, I'm not gonna lie. This is the Barry M Bold Waterproof Eyeliner. This is incredible. I really believe this is as good, if not better, than a lot of high-end eyeliners. It's, first of all, super pigmented. Secondly, it stays on really well, and I do always recommend the Milani because I love it, and I think it is probably ever so slightly better, but not by much, and it's like £13 on eBay. This is like £3.99, so ever one you want to buy. Oh, tight lining gives me the heebie-jeebies. I'm just going to run that slightly on the skin under there as well, just because my eyes are really watery I think just because I spent like 4 days trying to make another look using the Conspiracy palette and everyone has sucked, so I just keep rubbing it off and trying to start again, and my eyes like, no. I think that line's kind of match enough that I can proceed and not be annoyed. So this is the colour I started off with, and I do change my mind, but just bear with. So I'm going in with the shade Stay Hydrated, which is this blue, and just using this eyeliner brush. Sorry, I just wet it, and just kind of hugging where I've gone with that black eyeliner. Oh wait, I used the one above it, Date Night, by accident. Hold on, I'll just go over the top of this with the one I meant. Here we go, that's brighter blue. I was like, meh, I think it could be more punchy. So I'm using, oh, it's hard to hold up, Extra AF. I'm not wetting it though, you don't need to wet this shade. And I'm just gonna go along on top of the blue. Got something in my eye. And it just, oh my goodness, together it's just like the most beautiful turquoise. So now I'm going in with the shade Stargirl, and I'm gonna run that at the top here and make sure it's connected to the top eyelid. Then I'm just going to use a variety of the browns I use. So I'm going to go in with Irreplaceable, this palette's so big, Irreplaceable first, and then I'll go in with like Brown Sugar and Biggest Fan and just smudge those just into the black and along the bottom. I love this brush so much for my lower lash line. I'm just like rubbing it off on my makeup towel. And then going in with Biggest Fan. I'm actually going to use a little bit of Try Me as well, which is the orange. Just ties in quite nice with the Spotlight, but I actually hate black and orange together. I detest them. I think it kind of works for this look. I'm just dipping into all sorts of browns here, to be honest. I've completely forgotten what I did on the other eye. So I'm just using a bunch of different browns, mixing them, using them alone. So that's kind of that for right now. I'll put on lashes at the end because I don't like when all my like face powders get stuck in my lashes. In fact, I absolutely hate that. Just got a little bit of fallout, nothing too bad. I will go away, put most of my base on, and then I'll come back. So we've obviously got the face palettes to play with, and yeah. Oh, I forgot, I'm just gonna put a tiny thin line of eyeliner along here, just for my lashes to look better on top of. So yeah, I'm just gonna go put my face on and I'll be back. I hope I'm not too dark. Just done my base, just my foundation and concealer and powder. I used this, I've been using this recently, the Becca Ultimate Coverage. Wow. Ooh. Full coverage. So of course she released 4 face palettes as well as her 2 eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna use Moonlit Glow. I've already shown you this in my intro, I hope. Debating, I might go in with Summer Sunrise because I like a really deep contour, but I'm not sure. It looks very dark even though it's the second lightest one, so I would say medium one. I like to contour before I bronze, and I also wanted to contour before I bronze today anyway because I think you'll be able to see the product better. So contour shade, I think it's contour slash bronzer. Let's hope it works as a contour. It looks like it will. Makeup Revolution, I think, just know how to do face powders really well. It is a touch warm, but I can get away with it as contour, I think. Well, I need to. Yeah, I don't think I needed to open that other one because this is, I think, dark enough. I'd say that's working pretty well. It's a little bit of kick up in the pan actually, but I am getting the pigment on my face, which is what I want, so das ist sehr gut, yeah. I think that was German. It was German, but I probably didn't say it right. Definitely sculpted me. I am a bit nervous to put it on my nose, but I've got to try it, so let's put it under here first. It's just so pigmented. I need to bronze because I look like a ghost. I'll just do that while we're here. I'll use Benefit Hula Light because it's bomb. This is the best bronzer, like high-end bronzer, if you're pale. No shadow of a doubt. I just want to, out of curiosity, try Summer Sunrise, a tiny bit of the contour shade. Just at the very back. Like I've said, I like a lot of contour, don't judge. And then we've got highlight, so I'm gonna use the one from Moonlight Glow, Moonlight Glow. Okay, let's see. I'm sure this is gonna pack a punch because they usually do, but will it be too pale? Probably not. Oh gosh. Okay. Ah, it's giving me a grey cast. I really need a gold one to go with my eyes, but this one's very icy, and then the other compact's quite pink. I always feel like with a bronzy eye, it's better to do like a gold highlight. But I don't really have that option. It's nice though, it's just kind of like wet looking skin. That is really pretty. I think it really packs a punch. Does give me a slight cast, which is annoying. But to be honest, that happens high-end drugstore, obviously, across the board. So I'll do the blush now. Let me get a clean brush. Don't think I own any. And it's a peach blush, which is good because I think that's the kind of blush that will go nicely with this look. That looks pretty pigmented, okay. This compact would have been like 10 out of 10 for me if this blush was shimmery. That is pretty though, and it goes so well with this warm neutral eye. Oh, I'm just on the cusp of putting way too much on. I'm liking all of it. I just wish the highlight didn't give me a cast. Right, I'm gonna go through all my lashes and a lip, try and sort my hair, and then I'll be back and give you my final thoughts on everything. Okay, so makeup finished. I'm pretty pleased. I'm wearing, if you're wondering, brown lipstick. It's kind of grey brown, so I like it more. It's Dread by ABH. They're like bullet lipstick. I just thought the brown would go with brown. Okay, in conclusion, first impressions, all of that jazz. I'll start off with the face palettes. These seem nice. I mean, what one did I use? This one, Moonlight Glow, mostly. The blush is very pretty, pigmented. The highlight is pigmented. It is there, it is glowy. It looks like a wet sheen. I really, really like it. I've never really had a massive problem with Makeup Revolution powders. They always know what they're doing. They're usually really good. So £8 is pretty good for 3 solid powders. The contour powder was really nice. So I forgot to say. I felt like it sculpted me really well. I am very, very pale today. I'm wearing the very lightest shade of that foundation. So it was almost a touch too dark on me. But usually I wouldn't be quite this pale. I'm really happy with this. I will probably take this to Bermuda with me if I go, because I've got 3 solid powders in it that I'm really happy with. Plus I'll be wearing barely any makeup, so most of my highlighters will be too dark on my fair skin. So this one will be quite nice for that. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And I'm happy that I opened and used the deeper one as well, because the highlighter looks very pretty, so does the blush. The contour is way too dark, but I like that quite often. The kind of star of the show, obviously, is the eyeshadow palette. I love, like, swatches. I love my makeup today. I really actually do love my makeup today. I think I just need to work on how to get that inner corner flick right for the kind of sexy effect. I hate winged liner on me. It doesn't work on my hooded eyes, but I love that like pulled in inner corner. I just think it looks so sexy and just makes your eyes look really cool. Anyway, tooting my own horn kind of. I love the packaging because it's got a great mirror and it's not one of those wobbly mirrors that makes you look a bit distorted. It's a good quality one, but you can fold it completely back and flat and just lay it on your desk. I appreciate that in a palette. Not all palettes do that. I also love the colour story because it does have my pops of colour that I need and that I want and that I crave, but it's expanding my neutral collection hugely, and probably most of my neutrals are high end and I love having drugstore options. And yeah, I do have my Soulf Extra Spice and her original palette and my Lottie London one that I really love, but I was getting, to be honest, a little bored of them and constantly using them, and I know it's good to constantly use the same makeup and do different looks with it because obviously not everyone buys makeup every week, but as someone that puts makeup on every single day pretty much, it does get quite boring just reaching for the same like 3 drugstore palettes. So it's really nice having a new one. I think this is exceptional quality, especially the mattes and especially the shimmers that I use on my center of my lid, Diamonds for Breakfast, and Extra AF, which is that green along the bottom. Oh my goodness, that formula does not feel cheap. That formula feels so expensive. So I love this palette. I would recommend it on first impressions. I haven't played with it more than once and I haven't played with all of the shades, but on first impressions and what I was able to do today, the blendability, the pigmentation, wow. Wow, 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 wow. The price is a bit sticky for me. I think £20 is really high. Now I know it is the tin packaging and it looks a bit more kind of fancy. I know it's got a great mirror and 28 shades and they're great quality, but Makeup Revolution, £20 for a palette is expensive. However, I understand the influencer needs to get a cut, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd be happier with the £15 range. I don't think most of their palettes go over £15. So it is a little bit expensive. I think 15 would be right on the dot. However, if you love Makeup Revolution, if you love good quality eyeshadows but don't want to spend £40 on a high-end palette, this, wow. I am so in love with this after one play. After one play, just gonna remind you, one play, I've only had one play with it, but on first impressions, yes. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think of the look, of how the shadows performed to your naked eye. Whatever you want to let me know in a comment. I try and reply to every single comment. Give the video a big thumbs up because it massively helps me out, and subscribe if you wouldn't mind, because why not? I want to say, of course, a massive, massive, massive thank you to my Patreons. Thank you guys so much for the extra support of supporting me on Patreon as well as watching my videos. I just really appreciate it so, so, so much. I know I sound like a broken record, but it is really so true. And if you want to join Patrons, then the link is down in the description box and you get early access to videos as often as I can do it. I quite often upload the same day. You get Patreon only videos and you also get giveaways basically when I have money. Anyway, that's all for me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope very muchly I will catch you on the flip side. Bye!